Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition. What? Yeah, I hear you. I said 7th edition, not 6th edition, right? All right, so right now we have 5th edition. 6th edition hasn't even been announced yet, right? Well, this is Scott Garabay's channel, right? You can find lots of normies who will talk to you about 5th edition, and you can find a few people like myself who thoroughly discuss 6th edition, right? But very few people are discussing 7th edition. And it needs to be discussed, right? And the reason why is we want to know what's coming down the pike, right? We want to envision where the game is going. And one of the reasons why is Robert E. Heinlein. Robert E. Heinlein essentially invented waterbeds and a whole bunch of other things. His visions of the future were incredibly valuable. And I'm hoping that my visions of the future will be incredibly valuable too, right? And will help you to understand what's coming down the line for Dungeons & Dragons, so that you can prepare yourself right now so that you can be the best Dungeon Master possible for Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition. All right, now, I'm not going to talk about what's going to be in Dungeons & Dragons 6th edition, because I've already done that, right? And if you haven't watched that video, it's the one, you'll find it right here on this channel, and it actually talks about air players, right? So that one contains all the detail about Dungeons & Dragons 6th edition, if you're curious about my predictions on Dungeons & Dragons 6th edition. With that, so let's jump right into Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition and what I believe will be a major central theme within Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition. All right, so one of the things I think is going to happen I think a lot of things are going to happen with Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition. So first, I think Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition will be available in 2033. That's when you'll be able to buy the PHB, the DMG, and the Monster Manual. And guess what? They will be in print. I guarantee it. I don't think they're going to slay the golden goose. It might be incredibly expensive, and there might only be a few copies, right? And I'm sure, that certainly won't be its only format. There will be other, much more used formats. I 100% understand that. But I do think it'll be in print, okay? And actually, it may actually be. Well, you know what? Let me not get diverted here. Let's talk about a major theme. So one of the things I think is going to get changed within Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition is players. Players are going to be a major focus in Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition. Innovation for players. We've had a ton of innovation around Dungeon Masters, and there's been, and since the beginning of the game, there's just been a hyper focus on what do we do with Dungeon Masters? How do we make them more? How do we make them better? How do we get more of them? And that is a very necessary focus. The game lives or dies on good Dungeon Masters. I think we're still understaffed on good Dungeon Masters. In fact, I know that for a fact. And actually, I'm pretty sure even within the last year or two, Wizards of the Coast and now Hasbro Gaming has really talked about how they understand that they really need good Dungeon Masters. And creating Dungeon Masters is incredibly difficult, and I don't think they've really dialed that process in all the way, okay? But on 7th edition, I think they're going to say, hey, it's either fixed or it's not. We've gone about as far as we can, and we need to start focusing on players as well, right? So what is going to be the change for players in Dungeons & Dragons 7th edition? Well, here you go. You're going to be able to play with your pets. You're going to be able to play with your potbelly pig. You're going to be able to play with your dog. You're going to be able to play with your cat, okay? With your ferret, with your bird. Jaden Draws, right? She's on YouTube, right? She's got a bird, right? And, super wealthy, because she's made it big on YouTube. And she just absolutely loves this bird, right? She's got this bird that she really digs. It's clearly her best friend in the world. She loves this thing more than, anybody on the planet except her family. That's very clear, right? And, I could just go down the line. And you know them, too. Just take a look to your left, take a look to your right, and you might even want to look in the mirror, and you're going to find somebody who absolutely loves an animal, probably more than a lot of the people in their lives, right? It's a thing, all right? Now, by the way, confession time here. I have no pets. It's kind of a strange reason. We had a lot of dogs when I was a kid, and it was a little bit of a carousel with them. They just came and went, and it was frustrating, and I got frustrated, and so I don't have pets now. It was frustrating. Anyway, because I just got my heart broken too many times seeing them come and go. So yeah, I don't do pets, right? But I absolutely think that by 2033, there's going to be an intense demand for everything for pets. We're already there, right? Like, pets are getting incredible services. Like, it's absolutely amazing what is available for pets right now. It really is absolutely incredible what is happening for pets right now. Funeral services, weddings, the best food in the world, clothing, dance, whatever service you want to name, massage, everything, it's for pets, right? And Dungeons & Dragons is not going to be any different. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I'm positive they're going to do it. You are absolutely going to be able to play Dungeons & Dragons with pets as your players, right? Now, they'll be able to play with humans, so you can have 3 humans and 1 pet, or you could fill your entire table with 4 pets. I will say this, on release, you're only going to be able to have 1 breed, right? Like, you're only going to have 1 species, okay? So, on release, you will not be able to play with your cat and your dog. People are going to be upset, right? And they're going to have to choose. And so, you can play with humans and you can play with a dog or 2 dogs, but you will not, at release, be able to play with 2 humans, a dog, and a cat, right? That will come probably a year or 2 after release, probably like 2034, 2035. And then by 2035, 2036, 2037, you will probably get breed support, right? So, like, for your Cheshire cat, you'll be able to have special play aids, adventures that are just for them, dice that are just for them, just for Cheshire cats, not like Jellicle cats, right? That kind of thing. And like bulldogs, they'll have their own like adventures that are custom made just for bulldogs, and and then other ones that are just custom made for Dobermans, right? But I'm convinced 7th edition there'll be a major theme, and pets will absolutely be at the table as players. Now, don't get it twisted, all right? Change happens one thing at a time. And I'm sorry to come so correct on this, right? You can argue if I'm coming correct, but I'm going to put my foot down, right? One, I stand against this now, and I will, even before it happens, and I know this conversation is going to happen. The moment they allow this, right, and the moment they facilitate this, there's going to be people who want pets to Dungeon Master. Well, that ain't going to happen in 7th edition. I promise you, the tech simply won't be there so you don't have to worry. You will not be replaced by a pet as Dungeon Master until 8th edition. J. Scott Garibay can promise you that. They just won't be able to do it. I'm not saying they won't try. I'm saying that if they try, it's going to fail horribly, right? And people will just stop doing it. It'll be a complete failure, right? But I think this pet player thing will not be a failure. All that's my opinion. What do you think? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think that even within 7th edition, pets might begin to Dungeon Master as well? Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.